Voices from the Mausoleum is brought to you by the You Run Podcast Network and yourunpodcast.com. And a very special thank you to our Patreon subscribers.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum. And it just occurred to me as I was thinking about what I was going to say to intro this, we have not done just a movie review like this.
Never.
Right?
No, I mean, we've done lives where we've talked about movies, but I don't even think those were really movie reviews.
Chucky, that's the closest, and that was
Chucky.
a show.
That's it. But that's a TV show, right? Yeah, and the TV show reviews have been going on for a little while.
Yeah, that's different. So in today's episode, for the first time, we are going to be talking about the new airplane shark movie, No Way Up. This technically releases, February 16th, which I think we said is going to be the day that this is released. So it's today. It'll be released today. Steve and I both got screeners, so we were able to watch it in January, a little bit before. And it's one that people are pretty excited about. There's been some chatter. So Steve thought it'd be a good idea to do a review, and I agreed. And so Here we are.
And here we are, like a shark on a plane.
I forgot that I was glad that you got the screener too, because I don't think we always get the same ones. So I was like, maybe. Yeah,
because this is what, RLJ, or I always forget the name.
Yes, RLJ Studios or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't get everything from them, but I get a good amount of their screeners, along with like Shudder.
I get Shudder.
Some AMC stuff I get, because it's all the same company. Well, AMC and Shudder are the same.
Yes, so that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with this film, I think did we cover the trailer for this on Coffee Crypt? I can't remember.
I don't remember either. I think we might have. I'm sure we did.
I think we might have too. So the short synopsis is just: trapped underwater when their plane crashes into the ocean, survivors must find a way to escape as sharks start to circle the wreckage. And this was done by an executive producer that had some hands on in 47 Meters Down, which I didn't know going into this, but I love 47 Meters Down. It's so good. And I love the sequel as well. I don't care what anybody says. It's so good. And so that had me like kind of excited about this. I love shark movies in general.
Yeah.
So
they're fun. I don't know if I have seen 47. What's the one with the swimmer going to shore? That's not 47 because she's not really going. The Shallows. I like that one.
With Blake Lively?
Blake Lively, yeah.
Where it has like no shark and it's mostly just a nature documentary?
Pretty much. I like it.
That's why I haven't watched it.
I mean, it's very much just, very slow.
I've heard it's beautifully shot, though. I always hear about how great it looks. Yeah. No, when I watch shark movies, I don't want any people stories. I don't want complicated relationships, and I only want to see shark stuff. So you can probably guess how I'm feeling about this one. Strictly based on that alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were your kind of general thoughts on this one? We're going to do no spoilers first, just in case.
Yeah, so general thoughts. I mean, it's going to be a little hard not to just go into like the likes and dislikes, right? But I enjoyed it for what it was. I was hoping for a lot more from it. Like you said, just sort of as a shark film.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's just sort of, I mean, I'm sure it's very hard to make a convincing shark, whether you're using CGI or you're using, practical effects. But I mean, some of the effects did look pretty good, particularly like with the plane and going down. Like it was pretty exciting in moments. But I think pacing was a bit off. But I mean, it was a short movie. It was a quick though. It was just an hour and a half, really.
Yeah.
So, which is a shame if pacing is off because it's not, you don't got a lot of time to work
long. Yeah.
Because it's not long. But I mean, it's not. Maybe not a movie I would probably watch again. But
I mean, we're on the same page for this one. I thought that I thought it looked good. Thought the acting was okay. I loved the unique concept. The take on the idea of something like that was cool. The pacing was not great, and I feel like very strongly. I feel like you should not be allowed to have a shark on the cover of your movie if the shark doesn't take up 45 minutes of screen time.
It was there. We didn't really see much shark, did we?
Three times we saw shark things. We saw sharks in the water a little bit, but as far as like things that happen, it was very very underwhelming to say the least
Yeah.
in that regard.
Yeah, Jaws has much more. I mean, I know Jaws is the shark film, but
Sure. Yeah.
you know, but to go from like a film made in the 70s to a film made now, you want a little bit more.
Yes.
I will
No, I agree.
of disaster movies. So I mean, combined with like a plane crash and like
Mhm.
general idea of survival, like like one of my favorite films is The Poseidon Adventure, and
Yep.
I love the idea of like Ezra meeting the folks. I mean, whether or not their stories were particularly interesting, I love this
Sure.
idea of like you have this group of people getting on the plane, this group of people getting on the plane.
Sure.
These, and you're kind of getting a little bit of this, and you're meeting everyone in this like until they all come together for one big disaster.
Yeah.
Sort of your classic disaster formula,
Yeah.
thrown in with a shark. Uh, just wish there was a little bit more of the latter half.
Yeah. I was telling Tasha that I got to watch it because I was telling her I would send her the screener if she wanted to watch it. And she was like, and I was like, here's the thing. I was like, I'm X amount of time in and zero, like, and then I messaged her at some point and I said, it's literally a disaster movie. Like, it's not even, it more to me played more on the fear of drowning, the fear of dying in an airplane crash,
Hmm.
so like drowning, suffocation, like you're going to run out of oxygen, like people get hurt in ways that are not necessarily related to sharks. Like there's
Yeah,
a lot of reasons to be uncomfortable and bothered. And I'm terrified of the water in general. So it hits a couple, and I'm very claustrophobic in real life. So it hits on a few of those things for me. So there was definitely moments where I was like, felt the intensity, but it wasn't in the department I wanted it to be in. And so it ended up just being kind of meh.
I guess that's the thing. This is a disaster movie. This isn't a shark movie.
Exactly. It's
This is a disaster
marketed
movie.
as a shark movie. That's the
Right.
problem.
That's
Yeah.
that. Right. And I think it's like they think that that's what's going to sell the film, and I don't blame them. People like shark
Sure.
movies.
Yeah.
Disaster films have kind of gone out of style, at least the way that they used to be done. Um, you get a few like disaster hits here and there,
Mhm.
but I mean, predominantly like that genre was like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and then it died out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I would say, what I liked about the movie,
Mhm.
Nana was my favorite character.
Yeah.
She was badass. She was a war vet who, a medic. She, knew what she
Use
needed to
the
do,
stuff.
got it
Yeah.
done. I felt for her
Yeah.
throughout the film. I know we're not getting to spoilers yet, but yeah, I
Mhm.
thought she was a great, just supportive character. I feel like she had a
Yeah.
meaningful scene with like every character
She did.
in that
They
game.
all had moments, yeah, with her. You're right.
They all had moments with her, and I
Yeah.
really thought she was the heart of the movie.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm just always a sucker for like a grandmother character.
Yeah.
That's just that's just me.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I agree.
I thought some of the acting was a little here or there. I thought she was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Um, but I think we were talking before we recorded. There's an actor. So if the bodyguard looks familiar to anyone, he was in Star Trek: Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. That is O'Brien. So he is in there. He's not in here. I don't want to get into spoilers, but yes, he is in the movie. I guess I just kind of spoiled it. Sorry.
I
Watch
don't
the
think
movie.
it's that big of a deal.
But no, but he's good. He gets a little bit of a hammy role.
Mhm.
The kids I didn't like the three. Well, Ava I liked the main character, but
Like young adults.
the young adults, the 20 somethings, right? I didn't like the boyfriend or the friend. They annoyed me, like truly annoyed me.
I thought it was her brother.
No, they were together. I thought they were together.
I thought they were
No,
siblings.
no, no, they were dating. She's the daughter of a governor or whatever, or senator. And he was like giving her crap
Oh,
because
Jesus. I just missed the whole thing then. I don't
maybe
like
you're thinking
people.
there was like an incest story going on.
Well, no, I thought that they were siblings, and I thought the governor's daughter was the little girl, not. I completely mixed. I'm telling you, this is what happens when you put too much people stuff in shark movies. I don't care. I start checking out.
No, because remember when she gives her like passport to the guy, and he's like, "Oh," and he like quotes her dad's slogan on the
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
When they bring it back up though, after the plane crashes, I was like, I just got it confused. I really thought they were siblings. They didn't act like they liked each other enough to be
They
dating.
didn't really. I mean, they were
Maybe
clearly.
that's why I thought they were.
Yeah, they weren't. No, they weren't in a good place.
Oh, I guess that's true. They were clearly having some things. Yeah.
Yeah, and the friend was annoying. Like he had his moments where like he was
He's supposed to be the comedic relief, I think.
comedic relief. He's a little homophobic towards the flight attendant.
Yes.
So like he has his little moment of redemption at some point. But I like the flight attendant too. Not just because he's gay.
Yeah, no, he was a good character. He was nice.
He was good. I think that there were a couple of good characters in here.
Yeah.
I thought the plane crash looked really good. I liked the plane wreck in general when they're on the cliff underwater. When I forget what you call that, but the reef or the whatever.
Yeah.
And that
The
slowly
shelf?
Hmm?
Shoulder? Shelf?
Shelf, I think.
I think it's shelf. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like slowly sliding down into like the
Mhm.
trench or
Yeah.
the tension was good. Again, I just wanted more sharks. I feel like there should have been more people at the beginning. There was some like logical stuff, like with the black box response. I was like, I feel like just send 2 people down and then that's it. And they were like, and they also showed up with like no gas.
I did think about that stuff. There wasn't a lot of effort put into that rescue. That's for sure.
No, it was a very half-assed rescue.
It was. I was like, what are they gonna do? Like when they get down there, just wave at them and go back up?
I don't know, but I just love they were like, we have like a quarter of a tank, we got to go. What? You don't have like I don't know. I mean, a plane goes down, you think there would just be a bigger. I guess it's a lot of water to like look for, but like look through.
I've got some things like that I'm specifically going to talk about when we reach the spoiler section because there were some other things that were like too good to be true where you're like, come on, man, like this doesn't happen in real life crises. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought it did look cool, sort of like the cat, like when they are in the water and like they're really just like in the back half of the plane, and it's like like the air pocket that they're in. I thought that just kind of looked cool, and the way the lights looked with the water, like it's just aesthetically it looked pretty nice and intense, and the water underneath was very foreboding.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my likes are very similar. I really liked the Nana character as well. I really thought it looked good. And it, like I said, it did hit some things with me with like the claustrophobia, the fear of drowning, those kind of things that are very real for me. So those kind of moments were like, whoo, like when I watch things when you're like, and not just this, but like anything, like even in 47 meters down, when you're talking about running out of air and then you see them running out of air, I feel like I can't breathe myself. Like it stresses me out. So there was some moments like that were really, really good. But I have to say though, like, I think like with thinking those things and those things kind of working for me, I also don't know that I ever really felt like they were in true danger. Like there were things that happened, but it wasn't like fearful for them, I guess. But the acting was fine. I think for a couple characters, there were a few that weren't super believable. Yeah, same thing as what you said. I went into this thinking it was a shark movie and that's not what I got. So it just left me. And it's hard because like, if I had just gone in hoping for sharks and there weren't any, then I'd just be like, okay, but it wasn't a shark movie. But this was advertised as a shark movie. And the poster for this movie is covered in shark, like in your face. Yeah. This is a shark movie. It's in the description for the film. Like, so that's what I was expecting.
Just a little more shark action.
Yes. Really, that's all that I want. When I watch Cage Dive, what is it? Open Water 3 Cage Dive, I fast forward the first 45 minutes of the movie. Don't care. I don't care who's sleeping with who. I don't care who got their heart broken. I don't care how much people love each other, hate each other. Don't care. People in water, sharks eating them up. That's all I want in a shark movie. And so I can tell you anytime that I watch a shark film and it's not that, it's getting fast forwarded or I'm going to be really disappointed in it.
I get it.
Yeah. So do you want to just jump into spoilers and we'll touch on
We'll do a rating first.
Oh, forgot about the rating. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Same.
Same. Okay. I figured we were gonna be. Yeah. Well, we were like talking like, should we do halves? Should we not do halves? And I think because I was like, I feel three feels like too much.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think 2.5, and two of those go to Nana.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
Yeah.
if I were to rate it on 10, I'd give it like a 4
Yeah. Okay.
because you have more space. But like with it being 5, I couldn't go up to 3. I just my insides were like, do not do that. So 2.5.
Yeah, like a 75% is a lot.
A lot for yeah.
Yeah. But I
For a
mean,
75.
again, am I angry I watched it? No. You know.
No, I've been way more disappointed in other shark movies. The Requiem, that one
Mhm.
was awful. That one for real had no shark in it. Like none.
Right. Right. Ugh. I don't watch too many shark. I didn't realize there were so many deep blue seas.
Oh my god, there are so many.
I've only ever seen the first one. I didn't like the first one.
I think I've seen the first 3.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, there's more than that, I think, but that's good. You know, it's a really, and I hope Tasha watches this so she can comment. You know, it's a really super fun, like bananas shark movie, Sky Sharks.
I
That's a
didn't know
movie
that.
full of sharks.
Okay, and they're in the sky.
They are genetically enhanced, so they have like rocket things attached to them and guns.
Oh my god!
And you know what who drives them? Nazi zombies.
I was literally gonna say, like, are there Nazis in this movie?
Nazi zombies.
Nazis on. That's wild.
Steve. It's so fun. And one of the best things about it, honestly, is the fact that they use hammerheads too. I never see hammerheads in shark movies. Never.
Oh yeah.
And but there's like hammerheads. Anyway, if you're looking for like a just turn your brain off, just funny, over the top. Tony Todd is in it. It's very funny.
Oh, okay.
Sky sharks, Nazi zombies riding sharks in the sky.
I'm sold. You know, my husband made a Nazi zombie movie in college.
Stop, for real? That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. It totally wild. I didn't know him when he made it, but I watched it after. But there might have been Jesus in it.
Oh,
It was Jesus versus Nazi zombies.
stop.
Yeah. I don't know if it exists online. I'm totally like
That's the best.
he'll be embarrassed that I talked about it, but you know what? You brought up Nazi zombies. I'm like, how can I not?
He posted on, I don't use Threads, but Instagram shows me clips of people I follow on Instagram, what they posted on Threads. And so I saw where he had posted that like games with underwater scenes give him anxiety. And I wanted so bad to comment because I don't have Threads, so I don't use it. But I was like, oh my, me too. The water levels of games other people have to play for me. I can't do them. They give me so much anxiety. Anyway.
And it all started with Super Mario too. And you had
oh,
swimming through that was.
You know what's wild? There's this really cool game called Small Last Hand to Swear, promise. Alice Return to Madness, the Alice in Wonderland horror game.
Oh yeah, no, I've never played it, but I mean, I hear like amazing things.
Oh god, it's a phenomenal game. I've replayed it a million times. So there's a underwater level, but there's a part in the underwater level where you have to platform, which I'm not good at. Spoiler alert! And you have to follow this glow in the dark seahorse, and you have to jump and keep up with it. And if you don't, these crazy looking sharks eat you up. I couldn't get through that level.
That's wild.
I couldn't get through it. I was like, somebody has to play this level for me. The rest of the underwater level is really fun and it's beautiful. It's such a cool game, but nope. Anyway, I'm done. Sorry, that was my last one.
I'm like coughing here. I'm like, I had to mute my mic. I'm like trying not to. But yeah, so let's go to spoilers because clearly we're going on tangents. Can you tell we gave this like a 2.5?
Can't even stay on topic.
Oh man,
I cared enough to wear my Jaws shirt.
Yes.
It's my Valentine's Day Jaws shirt, but it's Jaws.
What does it say up there though?
It says, "I choose you."
Oh,
like
I got it.
Yeah. I made it a long time ago.
Oh, that's adorable.
Mhm.
Yeah, so spoilers, I mean, like, outside of what we already said we liked and disliked, I think going into some of like the death scenes in general, like I really liked the plane crash was pretty cool. People getting shot out the side and
Oh my
like
god, I agree. Yeah.
like the chairs collapsing in
Mhm.
like going forward looked
Yep.
really cool. I wanted a little more of like brutal likeness with the shark attacks though. Like feel like so the first death we got was the bodyguard. Um and I feel like he got bit, but we didn't really see it. And then he shows up and he's got like the bite here, but but then he doesn't like die. He like hands off what he got, and he's like waiting around. I thought like he was bleeding out, but he was like, I'm done, I'm done. And then he gets bit and taken. Like I was very confused of like, are we giving up? Why are you staying in the water? Like, what's happening here?
I I will say this. I do think that the little bit of shark that we get does look good,
Sure,
but I
sure.
was like not into I want like there was no brutality. We saw the clip of him going across, right? And then he gets bitten and we see the initial this and that's it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess this movie was rated R. I think they
It
cursed in
was
it.
rated R, but it's only it's got to be because of the language
What's that?
because the Meg 2 is PG-13 and had more gore in it than this does.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, the opening scene of the Meg 2 is a lot of blood when he eats the T-Rex.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. They just wanted to be subtle for whatever reason, but it
It's
didn't work.
expensive. It's expensive to do good sharks, I think is part of the issue,
Yeah, but you could
which is
sort of cheat it a little bit. I mean, in the sense of like if you have like a mouth, like if you have like a working shark mouth, like and not like something big, I'm not talking like Bruce,
mhm.
like just enough for a close-up shot. Like just if you could show teeth going in, like you could be a little artsy with it, like show like flesh tearing, like blood
And
coming
that can
out.
all be done with like a $50 Marin makeup kit. Like it's just practical effects. Like you just
Yeah.
build up fake skin and tear it away, and then you put blood stuff on. Like it would seem maybe not when you start getting into like seeing bone and stuff like that. That's a lot more complex. But I mean, as far as
Mhm.
skin ripping off, I mean, I created a zombie bite on my hand in 45 minutes, and it looked like I got attacked. Like
Yeah.
that stuff's not that difficult, and practical is so much cheaper than CGI. Of course, I don't know how that would have looked underwater. I guess,
I guess
but
you're dealing with a water factor, but like getting some severed limbs, getting some, you know, it could work.
yeah, I was really let down by that. And then the other thing I was saying before about like me too, apparently, is they were like, oh, there were people on here with scuba gear, and they're like all of this like super convenient stuff. I get so irritated with stuff like that because I'm like, I
Mhm.
know that it's fiction, but damn, you could try to make it realistic.
To
And then
credit
like,
that one, the flight attendant did say that the tanks had to be emptied to be allowed on the plane.
yeah, so they still gave them gear.
But they had gear.
And then they were like, "Oh, and then we can just use these little things to like fill it up." I'm like, I don't even know if that's realistic or not. Maybe I guess, but and then like exactly like what you were saying with the divers, like they just both went down there. And I'm sorry if you are underwater and the people you were looking in at are like doing
Like
this, why
this,
would you not look behind you?
and they were literally going like this.
They
Like,
were, and of course by the time he did, the shark was gone. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me right now. This is the fridge door kind of thing, sort of, except
right, but where was
opposite.
the shark hiding? It's
Yeah, where
open
did it
water.
go that he just didn't see its big body like hanging out?
Where did it
I
go?
hated that part.
It's
I
not
got
like it
so
hid behind a
irritated.
tree.
I was so irritated. He's like, they're like, come on, man. That's the universe just handling business. They're like, yeah, okay, you gotta go.
I
You
mean,
don't
why he
have
went
any
up to the
comfort.
window in the first place and not through the giant hole in the plane to begin with is beyond me. Like, clearly, you're not going to go through the window. Go into the plane.
Yeah, what was the point of saying hello first? Like, just get into the plane.
Is it okay if I come in? You know?
Knock knock. Yeah, weird. And but yeah, that irritated me. And then what was that? Wasn't there like another? I'm trying to think. Wasn't there like another like perfect setup for something else that was like just happened to be on the plane? I can't remember what it was though.
Was it
Flares
something
were
the
no, the
grandfather
flares
had?
were part of the plane already, I think.
So when the bodyguard went down for so the Nana was like, "Get my husband's hat, the veteran's hat." He was going down for something else. What are you
Yeah,
thinking
I
of?
think he was going down to look for the box, right?
Oh, was it the black box?
I think
Yeah.
maybe something like that, something to help them.
Mhm.
And
I
then,
don't know what else. And then well, Ava went down into the
oh
like cabin for something.
yeah, that's the part with the octopus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where she gets jump scared. I got jump scared by the stupid octopus.
How did it get down? I guess. Oh, right, because the plane broke in half. I was like, how did it get down there? Oh yeah.
Octopi are very they're tricky creatures anyway. They're very smart.
Yeah, they could like get into anything, right?
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Did
But
you
yeah,
either you told me this or someone told me this recently, where like an octopus can kind of squeeze through anywhere as long as its like beak could fit.
that's probably true.
Yeah, and the beak isn't that big, so it could like really,
It's super small.
yeah,
Yeah. They're like roaches. Ugh,
yeah, but they are really. So there's a really good Twilight Zone episode with an octopus.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
See,
Um,
we can't even stay on topic. I'm like, oh, bet the octopus in the Twilight Zone.
we can talk about sky sharks next time.
Oh my gosh, that would be a fun one to retro review.
Oh God, Tasha hated me so much. We covered it forever ago back when I was trying to do the podcast, actual like separate from the YouTube. And I made her talk about that movie, and she was like, "I hate you so much. This movie was awful." I'm like, "Don't even pretend like you didn't laugh the whole 2 hour runtime because it was
Oh man,
hysterical." But yeah, no, I mean, there was just I hate stories. Like I realized there has to be something there, to like make the story work.
work
But
or care about the
honestly,
characters or
yeah, it's like, but like with the scuba gear, okay. If they had like, I don't know, actual professional rescue divers, that first of all, they don't go down in just twos. But
Mhm.
if they were to go down, like they could have brought them the gear and then got eaten on the way out. Like it would have been so simple to add that realistic thing of they are screwed, they have nothing, they bring them the things,
and then on their way out.
and then yeah, or
Yeah.
even if one of them's still standing in the water since sharks can walk, um, if they're just standing in the water and they hand it to them and then get drugged down, I would have been fine with that too. But the whole like, oh, they're just so happened to be, that drove me nuts. I hated that. It's not like, I mean, obviously, like a lot of people watch. Here's the thing, right? So people, when they watch shark movies, they're either like me and they want like a seriously gruesome, like non-funny, like scary shark movie, right? And then there's people who love like over the top stuff, like Sky Sharks. That's really funny, and like
Mhm.
this was so serious that it couldn't just be a fun shark
Yeah,
movie, and
yeah,
that's why I had a hard time liking it because it was a serious shark movie, but it was lacking, and I couldn't even like
yeah.
laugh at it, you know?
Right, right. You couldn't even just like sort of like enjoy it for like the silliness.
Yeah, like the sharks looked good. They didn't even
Yeah.
look ridiculous. I couldn't even laugh at that.
Right, right. Like bad CGI gator. You know, you can't just
Yes. Well, bad CGI sharks too. There's a whole yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was huge bust for me. I really hope that that French one just like
I
French.
know. That's gonna
Yes,
be if that comes out, it's great. That'll be a silver lining. I think that's for this year, right? I know we
it
got the
is.
poster. It's supposed to, yeah.
It is. I'm
So,
ready for a trailer. I think a trailer will set the standard for what this one's going to be like.
mhm. Oh yeah,
And that guy, I know he does blood and guts because he did Frontiers. So
we're
I
in.
need it.
Yeah.
47 meters and 47 meters uncaged are the last two seriously good, scary shark movies I've seen. The Meg is not serious or scary. It's very fun, which
Right.
I do love both of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
And fun's okay. But I have to,
yeah, sure. Just
I'll have to
just
watch
stick
those.
to one side of it though. And this wasn't funny. This was a serious one. So it just ended up not being very great, in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah, but they should have they needed to crank up the scares, the gore, something.
Something.
something. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this one because
Yeah.
we're gonna go into tangent about something else. So,
We'll just end up talking about a different movie. Yeah. Fair.
uh,
But yeah,
so I didn't realize our names went away when
I didn't
I
even notice
put
it.
up the banners.
Well, I figured since there were no sharks in this movie, that's why we needed a background with a lot of sharks to make up for it.
We brought the sharks.
If you want sharks, watch 47 Meters and Uncaged. Or Meg. The Meg was pretty good, but it's still an action movie. It still doesn't have as much shark as I would like, but
It's action above all else. Or go back to the classics. Watch Jaws for the millionth time.
Deep Blue Sea's great. I love Deep Blue
Deep
Sea.
Blue. Yeah, that was another upset. I had an obsession with that movie when I was a kid for a while.
I did too. I watched it quite religiously. Bait is another really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, what's the other one I just watched not that long ago? I just did shark movies in like the summer. That's the best time to watch shark movies too.
Oh, absolutely.
Bait, the 47 movies, 1 and 2. What was the other one? There's another really good like serious shark movie. I can't remember, but anyway, there's other options.
Yeah, don't think of anything like recent, but
And no. And if you want to watch something silly and fun with sharks, highly recommend Sky Sharks.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh, I can't wait. You're gonna love it. It's so fun. It's such a stupid movie. I love it.
Probably like on Tubi or something, right?
I think so. I streamed it on something. I didn't pay to watch it, but it was a lot of fun. Okay. Well, I guess that wraps up our review of No Way Up. We did get screeners for this, but as you know, this episode's airing, it's already out for you to watch. So if you've watched it already, or if you got a screener and you'd seen it early like us, let us know what you thought. Was this sharky enough? Or did you feel baited by the poster? It took me a minute, but I got there. There's a pause, but I got there. It's been a long week. Anyway.
Now I'm craving gummy sharks.
Whoops.
I don't know. I'm just one of those. All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We hope you have a good week. Enjoy your weekend coming up, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. And while we still have your attention, be sure to check out the Dewey Pod Monster podcast, available where all podcasts are downloaded. The podcast's all about consumption, beer, music, movies, TV. Nothing is off limits. They're really fun. Go check them out.